Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Holler! Thanks.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hopatcong High School Class of 2020 commencement exercises. Before we begin our program, please be reminded of the governor's restriction to remain in your vehicles at all times during the ceremony. And now to the class of 2020. Hi, gang. As you are well aware, these are extraordinary times. Pandemic, quarantine, isolation, digital learning. And extraordinary times demand the attention of extraordinary people. You are extraordinary, both as a class and as individuals. You've not only personally survived the SARS pandemic, dangerous snowstorms and blackouts, Superstorm Sandy, and the coronavirus. You became stronger internally with an uncanny ability to adapt and to overcome. You survived, and in fact, you excelled during your years at Hopatcong High School. But now it's time to begin your extraordinary futures. It's been my pleasure and my honor to have known you and to have worked with you. And now it's my pleasure to introduce your senior class president, Miss Lily Christiana.
We graduate into a world of uncertainty. Our final year of high school was cut short, thrown to the wayside as a pandemic gripped the entire world. The final day of school seems years ago by this point, but the feeling of being robbed of something lingers. We were supposed to experience so many things: a prom, a senior trip, a normal graduation. But life makes exceptions for no one, and all we have now is barely half a year of school. Half a year we did not cherish nearly enough. We live privileged enough lives to expect all these wonderful things out of senior year, and having those privileges stripped away leaves a strange feeling. In our sadness of missing out, we fail to see that people are suffering, severely, all over the world. We are so lucky to be able to gather here today and commemorate this school year. But even still, there is nothing which can fill the sense of lost present. Memories we were supposed to have are gone. We were supposed to have so many memories. Of all the big events, sure, but also of all the small ones. Sitting in Miss Wilson's room, or sweating in the cafeteria once the warm weather hit, or even roaming the hallways as classes ceased to matter. Seeing friends every single day, in person and present, rather than just on screens. The ability to see a clear defining point between high school and the rest of our lives is gone. The lines got blurred. The floating sense of not being in high school, but not quite in the next stage of our lives, is confusing. We exist in a state no other class before us has had to experience. There is no telling the permanent ramifications COVID-19 might have on the future, and looking towards it is a daunting task. But even in the midst of all this, there is something we can know for certain. We have the past to look on. We have years of growing up together to gaze upon with fondness. It is the memories of the past which tie us together and give us a sense of unity. When we leave and think back on these years, we'll remember more than just the big events which happened. Milestones would be empty shells of memories, if not for the moments filling life up in between. We are defined by the minute experiences of life, which occur without us even realizing it. It is these moments which round us out as people. These moments force us to learn and to think and to grow. Moments create life. We'll remember the playground at Tulsa and playing foursquare on the blacktop at Durban. feeling on top of the world in 8th grade, and the countless football games. Some will remember Read Across America, when we all sat in the hallways, or all the field days we got to have with each other. When I look back on high school, those are the things I want to remember, the moments that were truly and utterly good. I don't want to just remember all the missed opportunities we faced this year, or the unfairness of the world. Because the world does not care if you miss our senior prom. It does not care that things we are missing are pivotal in our lives. The world only moves forward. No redos, no makeups, no stopping. So all we can do is find the good in the world and cherish it. It is up to us to move with the world, taking the most important bits of ourselves and holding them tight as we trample to the next phase. And I hope I can say for all of us, a lot of the good bits in my life come from this class. So much of our lives have been spent together, and I'm thankful it was. So now we press on, we take what we have, we brush off the debris of the world as much as possible, and search to do great things in the future. There's no doubt in my mind that all of you are capable of doing something great. In some way or another, each and every one of you will impact the world, will change it for the better, and make the future look brighter. So go out into the world, take whatever chance you find, make futures for yourselves. The path may be unclear, but we will find it. We move into a world no one has experienced before. The world we go into is unique, touched by a pandemic and in the midst of systemic change. So do good for the world. Make the effort every day to reach for a just society. Educate yourself, educate others. Revolution is now. It is now my pleasure to introduce salutatorian Julia Lamana.
While we are saying farewell to a paramount chapter in our lives, we are all about to embark upon another journey that is perhaps even more exciting. We are about to start the rest of our lives, and although it can be frightening to branch out of our comfort zones, these next few years will be the most rewarding and exhilarating times of our lives. In no way is this how we expected to end our bittersweet times together, but we are still gathered here for the same reason, to celebrate the well-deserved accomplishment of being a high school graduate. While it is sorrowful for us to go our separate ways and leave our childhood friends behind, these are the moments we have waited and worked for. It is in these challenging times that we will continue to flourish and show the world what we are made of. Abraham Lincoln once said, "We can complain because rose bushes have thorns, or we can rejoice because thorn bushes have roses." In other words, we can all complain that our senior year has not been what we always pictured, or we can find joy in the time that we did spend together and the memories we made that will last a lifetime. I will be the first to admit that I have not been the most positive throughout this experience, but in the grand scheme of things, we did it. We are still Hopatcong High School graduates, and that is definitely something to rejoice about. We need to be proud in our strength and our perseverance, because that is what got us here today. From our junior year being delayed because of a mold dilemma, and senior year being cut short because of a pandemic, we have undoubtedly had our fair share of unfortunate events. Not to mention that it took us 4 years to win one single Powder Puff game. Regardless, I know that one day, instead of hearing in the news about all the hardships the class of 2020 has faced, we are going to hear about all the ways that the class of 2020 has changed the world. Whether we are going to start our careers after this, joining the military, attending a trade school, or heading to college, we are all destined for greatness, and I cannot wait to turn on the TV one day and hear one of our names being praised and celebrated. We have been through so much together, and saying goodbye to HHS will be anything but easy. It will come with some laughs and some tears, but most importantly, it will come with a myriad of memories that will forever be cherished. I am so thankful to have been part of our small but special group of seniors. We have always fought for what we believed in, and that is something not every other group of seniors can say. When we walked through those doors as the chief 4 years ago, everyone told us that these next 4 years would speed by. I know that I never believed any of them because 4 years seemed like an immense amount of time to an incoming freshman. However, as my last day as a senior is now here, I can honestly say that these 4 years have gone by in a blink of an eye. 4 years, 208 weeks, 720 school days that changed my life forever. Unfortunately though, every chapter must come to a close and every open door must be shut. But with that being said, every end has a new beginning, and behind every closed door is a new one waiting to be opened. Today we reached a milestone in our lives, closed one of its biggest doors, all while knowing that change is inevitably about to occur. Of course, any change can be scary, but with change comes new adventures and new walks of life. As we follow these different paths in our journey, remember to cherish every moment, because we have all seen firsthand how quickly things can change. Take opportunities and risks, challenge yourself, and always strive to be your best. Before I bring my speech to a close, I would like to thank every teacher, administrator, staff, faculty, and family member for helping each one of us reach one of our greatest achievements. And a special shout out to our class advisors, Mrs. Wilson and Mr. Fataruso, for sticking with all of us from freshman year to now, because I know we could be quite the handful. And to my fellow graduates, we did it. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Regardless of grade point average or class rank, we should all be tremendously proud of ourselves. I hope in the near future we are all able to come together and celebrate in the way that we deserve. But until then, remember, once a chief, always a chief. Thank you. It is now my pleasure to introduce valedictorian Teresa Turnage.
Hi. So first I would like to say thank you to my family, yes, even and especially you, Tyler, for supporting me over the past 4 years, my band family for giving me a home, and a special shout out to the superintendent, Mr. Di Benedetto, and his assistant, Mr. Picarello, for making this graduation possible. Our class advisors for always being there to support us in much more than just fundraisers and prom. You are the best, Mr. Hank and Miss Wilson. Especially thank you to all of the teachers that have directly influenced the person that I am today and dealt with all of my questions over the years. You know who you are, and you're free. Alright, here it goes. Hopatcong is an intricate weave of intertwining paths built in the vacancies left on the outskirts of roots, our roots. We grew up on these paths, know every rock and foothold of the woods, every branch to move out of the way, exactly how long it will take to get from the high school to Quick Check when you need to be back in time for practice. Whether you use the woods to travel, hang out, or just collect your thoughts, we have each explored these woods. However, although these paths are tangibly the same, we have all led a metaphysical one differently. How many of you have regrets? I can't see you, but I would imagine that there is not a single person out there that doesn't have any regrets. They are like that branch that caught you off guard and swatted you in the face. First, the inflection bites you, but as you walk further along, it is really only a sting, a memory of the mistake you made. That feeling turns into a scar, a concrete reminder of the places you have been, even if you should have never been there in the first place. Now you're probably wondering, geez Louise, get on with it, what is she talking about? Listen, I don't want to be cliche. I want to impart advice. At this point in our lives, we are becoming adults. It's time to start acting like it. How many of you remember what you were like 4 years ago? You know, when we were sitting at our middle school graduation looking forward to the best 4 years of your life? If I placed that person in front of you, would you recognize them? I wouldn't. I have changed, and honestly, I have learned to be okay with it. Because it isn't who you were that is important, it is who you are becoming. But hold on, think on that for a second. That was only 2/9 of your entire life. The stark difference between then and now is so apparent, it is unfathomable to think so much could happen in such little time. In the next 4 years, you will probably change again, and again, and again, in this endless cycle of alternating successions of years. Your life will probably be completely different until you are like Bonato's age, and the time from 8th grade through senior year is only 1/20th of your life or something. I'm just kidding, Bonato. My point is there is always room for improvement, and if it doesn't turn out right, it just sets you up to do better the next time. You can take all of the regrets, all of the scars, all the pain of your travels from the day before, and turn them into a better you for tomorrow. Every minute, every hour, every day, we are making decisions, choosing our paths that will impact our future. It is okay to make mistakes. It is okay to have regrets. It is not okay to not learn from them. They say our class has that perfect vision. Meanwhile, we are the class born in the months following 9/11, going through every school year in elementary school with one extra day than everyone else due to weather or whatever the case may be. The class that lived through Sandy, Irene, mold, infestations, tornadoes, snow in May, hell, a pandemic that has sorted us from even graduating properly. How many unexpected branches have crossed our way? My point here is, nothing in life is expected. For the past 7 years, I have been to 2 graduations a year. Never in my life would I have expected to not get a traditional one. Nothing in life is promised to you. Nothing is guaranteed. Our entire lives are built upon chance, upon that path that you might have been skeptical about, but took the risk anyways. You may not have known where you were going when you set out, but the next time you came across it, you knew exactly where it would lead you, and whether that was the best path you could have taken. Maybe you took the road less traveled by, or maybe you didn't. But how has that one decision, that one regret changed you? And how will you let that affect the rest of your life? Change is inevitable. It is a matter of accepting and growing from it that will make all the difference. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my privilege to present to you the Hopatcong High School Class of 2020, whose names will be called by our senior class advisors, Mr. Hank Fataruso and Miss Julie Wilson.
Jillian Amiano, John D. Afaro, Gabrielle Oriema, Marcus Daniel Begay, Alexis Marie Burrows, Danica Burchin, Kayla Bird, Jacob W. Boehm, Joseph J. Campbell, Veronica Carreras, Joshua Carter, Matthew Castano, Jack Serto, Zachary Shapiro, Lily Mia Christiana, Summer Rose Christie, Alexander Carujo, Angela Costanza, Sean Cranmer, Tyler Crowley, Kevin DeSanto, Joseph DeSimone, Jessica L. Dew, Marissa Fataruso, Alexander Bernard Feinberg, Daniela Filipovic, Thomas Anderson Gallagher, Freddie S. Gonzalez, Matthew Green, Frank Daniel Grenovich, Hernan Guardardo, Deja Idalis Gutierrez, Harrison Hadawanitz, Jack Hadawanitz, Karina Ashley Hand, Jessica Hassan, Christopher Hawley, Kavana Hayes, Nicole Hernandez, Mark Anthony X. Higby, Jesse Hapaya, Ariana Ayarado, Bradley W. Jarrett, Elizabetta Kalasovska, Gianna Kestenholtz, Kira King,
Julia Victoria Lamana, Brianna Leander, Brittany Lancome, Fernando Leyva, Claudia Colby Luca, Sophia Marie Mantilla, Anna Taina Marquez, Olivia Mastriani, John McMullen, Marissa Lee Mejia, Odalis Mendez, Annalie Kiele Marino, Austin T. Mesmer, Trisha Meidel, Nicholas Malam, George Navarro, Sean Ryder Nelson, David Nikolovsky, Leanne Olson, Sierra Nicole Osman, Esmeralda Paredes, Nicole Parks, Bronson Percy, Caitlin D. Peterson, Derek Remestella, Sharif Tyler Julian Ramsey, Serena Alexandria Rawl, Morgan Rennie, Vianis Reyes, Lauren Rose Riker, Brandon Rodriguez, Erica Yosmeri Ruiz, John Edward Sanchez, Omar Salaman, Rabi Sheikh, Adam Smith, Matthew Leo Smith, Sarah Smith, Hannah Stager, Amanda Sutton, Jeremiah Angel Torres, Ryan Tremblay, Gage Michael Trignano, Teresa Marie Turnage, Tyler William Turnage, Olivia Grace Vasquez, Alexa Wall, Robin Ashley Wall, Roger Dawson White, Charlotte Rose Rittenauer, Alexandra Nicole Weed, Faith Wood.
First, I'd like to thank our administration and town for allowing us to have this tonight. To the seniors, some of you I've known since kindergarten, others I've just met the last few years. I will always have fond memories of powder puff practices, the practices that paid off this year where we finally got a win. Your enthusiasm during pep rallies and sporting events, your creativity with hall decorating, a quick smile or hello passing in the halls. I regret our journey not ending the way that we had hoped. The adversity that you faced the last 3 months will make you better individuals for the rest of your lives. I wish each of you nothing but happiness, joy, and success with everything you do as you start the next chapter of your life. Go Chiefs.
You've handled the changes and challenges presented to you with resilience and a positive attitude. I'm so very excited for each and every one of you to begin this next chapter of your life. Please know that I will forever be sending goodness your way and will be looking forward to future visits from my students of the class of 2020 who hold a special place in my heart. Sending big hugs to each and every one of you. Go out there and show the world how amazing you are.
Ladies and gentlemen, I certify that these young men and women just presented have successfully completed all the courses of study as set forth by the State of New Jersey Department of Education and the Hopatcong Board of Education. I declare them to be graduates of Hopatcong High School, and I wish them the best of life, love, and luck. They certainly deserve it.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we send you out into the world, I'd like to make a few final remarks. First and foremost, I am honored and privileged to stand before you tonight. I have many to thank, too many to thank, but I'd be remiss in not mentioning just a few. First and foremost, I thank you, Class of 2020. You have made us all very proud. I want to thank all of you parents out there, the families out there, grandma and grandpas out there, aunts and uncles. You've all made sacrifices. And this evening, you get to realize the fruits of your labor. I want to thank our fearless leader, Mr. De Benedetto. I witnessed firsthand over the course of the last several weeks him pace back and forth, work the phones, completely stressed out about how it was that he was going to make the graduation ceremony for you all special. He's a man who cares, and he cares deeply, and we are privileged to have him. I also want to thank our mayor for helping us make this possible and for allowing the opportunity to have some fun in the streets of Hopatcong tomorrow, as I know we will. To our teachers, our teacher assistants, our paraprofessional staff, our administrative assistants, guidance counselors, caseworkers, nursing staff, cafeteria staff, custodial staff, our bus drivers. You've all had an impact one way or the other, small or large, on the lives of the class of 2020 and those that will follow. And for that, I thank you. I thank you for your dedication and your commitment to our children. To my fellow board members, I thank you for all of your hard work, but most importantly, I thank you for your unwavering support of our student population. And now I'd like to speak directly to you, class of 2020. This year was a challenge. It was a challenge like none other. It was a challenge to get here tonight, but we are here. Life can and will be challenging at times. You will face adversity, trials and tribulations, failures. Most often these things cannot be avoided. There will be many things that happen to you that are not because of you. Do not run from these things. Embrace them the best that you can. Challenges present opportunities. An opportunity to experience life and life's many lessons. May it be a lesson in acceptance, a lesson in patience, a lesson in perseverance, or a lesson of the heart. Seek that opportunity presented before you. For those of you who believe you have it all figured out, you do not. Many believe they do, but no one really does. No one really knows what tomorrow will bring. And often we have to just buckle the seatbelt and hold on to the ride. Life may be downright ugly at times. Embrace the challenges, stand up with fortitude and face them directly. Experience them fully and learn all the while. By doing so, you will be on your way to finding your true self. You will be on your way to figuring it out. Many will say, pursue your dreams. I say, pursue your heart and do it with kindness. Kindness takes work. Be kind to others. Be kind to yourself. And above all, be kind to your heart so that you allow yourself to truly experience life. There is no reason to not follow your heart. You have nothing to lose. You came into this world with nothing and you will leave this world with nothing. You have nothing to lose. Follow your heart. Do not let the opinions, beliefs, demands, or expectations of others alter the direction in which your heart takes you. This will take much courage, but it will be worth every ounce expended. Steve Jobs, an individual who changed the world, once said, "The only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you don't find it, keep looking. Don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it." Class of 2020, these are not easy times, but we will get through them as this country always has before. You inherit a world that is proven that progress surely is possible. Class of 2020, we need your leadership to make the world stronger than before. There has always been evil in this world. It manifests itself in hate, whether it be racism, homophobia, ethnic, class, religious hatred, it's all hate. Hate born from fear, fear of the unknown. What we know is not all that we are capable of knowing. As Herbert Spencer once said, contempt prior to investigation will keep a man in everlasting ignorance. There's also been love and kindness in this world. Empathy and kindness are the true signs of emotional intelligence. Fear not, do right, and follow your heart. For I believe that love and kindness will always prevail. In the words of the late, great John F. Kennedy, our problems are man-made, therefore they can be solved by man, and man can be as big as he wants. Class of 2020, you have a role to play. History has proven that every person, every individual, has the opportunity to change the world for better, in big ways and in small ways, for the short term and forever. By being true to your heart, respecting all of humanity, living without hate, and never losing faith and understanding in we the people. Tonight, I challenge each of you to leave this parking lot, go out into the world, face its challenges head on, do right by your heart, and be that person that changes the world for the better, forever. Congratulations, and may God bless you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, that ends our ceremony. Please pay careful attention to police officers before exiting. We will use 2 different exits. Thank you and good night and God bless.